Shit, just an accident happened behind me. What a nightmare. This is definitely not a country for digital nomads. Welcome back everybody. We just landed in South Africa and this is going to be a bit of a reality check. Well, we are back in South Africa in Johannesburg. And I got my rental car, as you can see. It's a Hyundai. And I have to really get to this apartment because I have to work at 8:30. At the moment it is 5, so I still have an hour and a half left to get there. And it is roughly 40 minutes driving. So yeah, I have to hurry up. Well, welcome to South Africa. Welcome in the darkness. Because here they have something called loadshedding, which is basically that they turn off the electricity in the entire country for multiple hours a day. So now I'm in the darkness. This is my apartment, by the way. It's a pretty big apartment, and I got at least this light, this thing. And yeah, the bed. But I cannot do anything. I cannot even work now because I cannot access the Wi-Fi. I don't have a SIM card, obviously. So yeah, just have to wait, I guess. Great start, great start. I was really in need of a coffee. Well, good morning from Johannesburg, the first morning. And yeah, yesterday night I got some power finally, so I could do a little bit of work finally, but I had to cancel most of it because I didn't have a SIM card yet, so I had no internet. I just literally arrived in the darkness. Now I can also look outside and see what just the outside looks like. And yeah, just now also the power went off again. This morning there was power, but now it just again went off. And also couldn't get any food yesterday because when I arrived here there is nothing in this building or something that sells food. It's just an apartment complex. And it's not advised to go out at night in this city or in South Africa in many places. So the host told me just to go on Uber Eats. So I tried to order something, it was on its way. Then at the last moment it was cancelled because I couldn't find any driver that wanted to drive my delivery. So in the end I didn't have any food. The only food I had that I took from Botswana was this bag of muesli. So I ended up using a spoon and just eating muesli basically for the rest of the night, and I had a couple of cookies left. That was the only thing I had, plus some water and the coffee when the coffee machine was working. So that was my dinner and also my breakfast this morning. But yeah, when you're traveling you shouldn't be picky. So during those power offs, those load shedding as they call it, they have a emergency generator that turns on, and then only 2 lifts are operational. Well, it's definitely rough driving around here. I managed to get out of that neighborhood where I'm staying at, and it's definitely not the best neighborhood. You should not walk around there. That's what I heard from other people. Well, I arrived here at this mall finally, after some driving. Still didn't have internet, so it was still very tricky to find my way around, so just to quickly look at the map the whole time. So this is supposed to be the safe area, or a safe area of Johannesburg, so I hope so. And it's a mall, so of course a mall always has security and security guards, so let's see. But it's very weird to have to think, about your own safety in that much, and especially, of course, if you're a white person, then you are a target immediately. Unfortunately, that's the case. Well, here we are at the Sandton Mall and Nelson Mandela Square. So here we have Nelson Mandela. This is the square, and it's connected with a very big mall with security all over the place. I saw also a security guy with I think a semi-automatic walking around. So that's why this is considered a safe area. But it's just crazy to think that it even exists. You know, that you have to know where to walk or where you cannot walk, and so much safety concerns. And not even in Iraq I had that thinking. Basically I just went around and I didn't feel unsafe ever. But here it's just, you have to really rethink everything. So here you have the library, and then this is all the mall. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice area, very luxurious of course. And you have a lot of luxury stores here obviously, and restaurants, and all the normal things you have in the mall. So yeah, I definitely just need to do some groceries also, because there's nothing near my house. So here we have a real bakery for once. Bread bakery. Look at that, all the kind of croissant, pastries, and quiche. Oh no, that's also pecan, it's also sweet. This is savory. Those are like samosas, I think. And you have the bakery over here. So let's get some good bread. Oh, look at that. Nice. Let's show that. Yeah, here you can take sandwiches. And even whole salads. Jesus. Oh yeah, baklava things. Oh, panettone. Oh. It's from every country, this place. Here we have all kinds of cookies. Wow. That was pretty huge here. I got what I needed. Now it's time to get back and prepare for my lessons. So yeah, driving here is very hectic. You can understand why you should move to bikes or well, good public transportation. Obviously, like bikes, not always the solution, obviously, but maybe for the center at least. But the public transportation here, it's dangerous as far as I've understood. Only the main train is okay, and this is the result. Every day traffic jams. Every day there's a line, traffic. And with these power cuts, it's even more fun, because it becomes a little bit of South African roulette. Because when you try to cross any crossing, the lights are off. So it's just who comes, who serves, and you have to really pay attention that not somebody hits you from left or right suddenly, because it's just, you know, each their own. So very interesting, especially if you come back from Botswana. This is a whole opposite perspective. So like now, for example, there are no lights. You have to do it all based on logic and yeah, just not getting hit basically. It's like bumper cars without being bumped. Interesting. But yeah, we're almost back at the apartment, and then it should all be okay. It's definitely a weird place. It's just very strange that a city center is the worst part of the city itself. That's just, you know, cannot imagine something like that in Europe. I think it's just never like that. It's very absurd. So yeah, this area, very strange area. Just look at that, people everywhere. Look at this neighborhood. It's literally next to my apartment complex, so this is okay, but look at the street going over there. It's just one huge mess. Look at all the dirt, all the sales people here selling things. Huh. Incredible. So it's almost 6 o'clock, and apparently, according to my host, that means that it is almost time for the load shedding again, which means that all the power will be off in, I think, 2 minutes. And then it's basically, it's always the same time, from 6 until 8. And in the morning, this morning it was also like that, so. And here we are again, back in the darkness, in the so-called load shedding. It's well, working like this. I have my phone, that is my internet. Otherwise I could not do anything, like yesterday. But it's just an incredible concept if you come from a place which never has any power losses or any power problems, water problems, or any of these things, generally speaking. It's just absurd to think that the entire city, or most of the city, is just dark now. Can you imagine a big city in, well, even in North America or Europe, Australia, just being completely dark? It's incredible. Well, good morning again from Johannesburg. It's roughly 10 in the morning. I tried to sleep a little bit longer because I've noticed that I didn't sleep very good the last days in general. And yesterday was, yeah, already very tired for just walking around the mall yesterday. So, yeah, it's 10 as I just said, and I'm gonna meet up with a student of mine, because obviously I'm a teacher, right, online, and I have many South African students. Many of them already live in the Netherlands, but some of them still live here. So I'm gonna meet up with one of them that happens to live in Johannesburg, and we're just gonna head out for a coffee. That's always a fun thing about being an online international teacher. You can meet people from all over the world, and I love having international friends and connections, and you can learn so much from their culture, languages, the way of thinking, everything. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I have to shower now in the dark. So yeah, we got the lamp. I think it's a boiler system, so I hope there's enough hot water in it. And then just shower in the dark, because why not? Yeah. Absolute madhouse, absolute madhouse. Holy crap. For me, it's really funny to listen to the Afrikaans radio, because yeah, I understand basically everything. It's an adjustment of thinking, obviously, but I can follow it. Yeah, it's really funny. It's yeah, it's kind of, you know, the same thing as that you understand German if you just pay attention to it. But obviously this is even easier, so it's really interesting. Well, here we are in another mall. Gonna meet my student now. And the mug and bean. Well, enjoying a coffee here with this is the muffin. It's the size of my head basically. Christ, same over there. Chocolate one. Well, enjoy. So here with my new friends from South Africa in Johannesburg, and they're gonna tell me something. Why should people come here? Well, I did it again. I helped out another family, and I was just walking to my car after meeting with my students, with my new friend, after having a lovely coffee and this giant muffin. This couple came towards me and just asked me for some help, and if I had something for them, because they were almost being evicted and lost their jobs and stuff like that, and they had children to feed and whatever. So obviously, you know, you feel bad about that anyway. And I think if somebody has the courage then, or the desperation to come up to you randomly, I just told them, okay, well, you want to eat? Let's find you some food then. So I brought them to take some breakfast somewhere. And I wanted maybe some food for their kids, and then they said, well, could we maybe just spend that other money on groceries. Like, okay, sure, let's go to get some groceries. And then my first thing was, I said, okay, 50 euros, you know, maximum. But it became a bit more than that in the end. Yeah, I was like, okay, you know, sure, whatever, go with it. I mean, this is the receipt. And that's obviously I didn't really film that, of course. Also, it's just, again, the sort of moral dilemma, kind of how to show those things. So I then asked them to just tell me why people should come to South Africa and Johannesburg, and give that message, you know, instead of showing them, oh, they are poor and whatever.
Well, people come here to Johannesburg to obviously work. We're from KwaZulu-Natal, and yeah, well, basically South Africa is a beautiful place, beautiful people. It's a big country, lots of places to explore, lots of shopping malls, lots of big companies to work for. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, and the most beautiful people are, of course, in South Africa and Johannesburg.
Oh yes, well, you get some really amazing people, you know, in South Africa. There's a lot of tourist attraction in South Africa. Yeah, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
The Rainbow Nation.
Exactly. Come and visit the beautiful people of South Africa and help out if you can. But yeah, this is the reality of so many people in this country. It's insane. And yeah, for somebody like me, it's or generally Europeans, it's just hard to imagine that you end up in the situation. The government is not there for you, doesn't help you and whatever. And it's interesting because he was like, yeah, are you religious? I'm like, no, I'm a very big atheist. And he was like, oh yeah, because I believe that this was a sign from God. I'm like, if that, you know, if you want to believe that, sure. But I just want to show that you don't need God to be nice to people. You can be nice to people without God. You know, just human nature, humanity doesn't need God, just needs common sense. But the message is not, you know, like, oh, I'm a good person. That's not the point. The point is, be nice to people. Treat people how you want to be treated. Anyway, after that public service announcement, we continue our way to my first real sightseeing around here. I saw that you have a cable cart going up to a viewing point just outside of the city, so that's where I'm going right now. Holy shit, just an accident happened behind me. Holy crap. Just over there. Jesus, the car just in front of me, but this is just the car in front of me. Holy shit, the whole back end is completely destroyed. Fuck. Just gonna see if I can do something. I've been a traffic conductor for the last hour or something. Look at that. That's the police, that's the car. The car that was smashed, and that is the car that smashed into it. And they were brought to the hospital right now. And I've been basically conducting the road around here. Still doing it. Still doing it. Already for an hour or more I'm here, I think. Look at all the cars. Jesus Christ. My God. What a weird day. Weird day. There's the last car. The last one is being towed away. Time for me to go also. Well, that's definitely a very interesting turn of events. So now I'm finally going back to my car. And I cannot go to the cable cart anymore, I think. But I think I have been a traffic agent now for the last 1.5 hours or something. Yeah, because it was 2:30 when I was here, more or less. And yeah, turned out that they needed my help apparently. So who can say that they were a traffic agent in South Africa? What a day, what a day. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go back, because there's the sun is almost setting, of course. So yeah, in the car was, I think, some like a family or something, and actually they were just driving in front of me when I moved to the left, and they still stayed on the right side, and that's why I didn't hit them in the end. So it was also lucky for me that I just went out of the way. And I saw in my rear view mirror, I saw it happen. So that first car stopped because it wanted to enter the gate on the right, but it's not really an official stopping place, you know. Like here you can drive, I think 60 to 80, but most people they drive 80 to 100 kilometers here. So that white Volkswagen Polo didn't see that on time. I just full throttle went into the back side of that. And unfortunately there was a child in the back of the first one, and that was, yeah, I don't know how bad it was, but it seemed pretty bad. I mean, for what I could see, or he was just, of course, very shocked, of course. And then the gentleman of the second car, he probably had some kind of concussion or something, because he was not able to sit right or stand right and stuff. And he was just in a sort of shock situation. So we've had to, of course, wait for the police, the ambulance, the road maintenance. I think those are the traffic controllers, but when they saw me, they were like, oh, okay, there's already somebody there. And then, yeah, at first I just, you know, didn't really know what to do. People were already taking care of the victims. But then I just started to clear the road a little bit of the debris and the glass and everything, and then I just automatically started diverting traffic, and that became my job for the afternoon basically. And even when I wanted to go, the police still asked me to stay there. So I actually don't even know if they knew that I was just a random tourist, or if they actually knew that I wasn't, you know, working there. But okay. They needed me for some reason, so that's why I stayed. And yeah, now it's finally cleared. I hope that the people will be okay. It didn't look that severe. You know, of course it's bad, but not like life-threatening or something. And yeah, that's South Africa for you. Well, we're almost back at the apartment again after this interesting day. The sun is setting, as you can see over there. It's a beautiful sunset nevertheless, but it's not a good time to be out and about after the sunset. So it's just, well, 10 minutes from the apartment now. Yeah, today was the day that I started as a tourist. I then became a teacher because I met my student. Then I became a sort of social worker because I supplied a breakfast and groceries to some poor couple. Then later, while trying to be a tourist again, I accidentally became a traffic controller, or how do you call those people? Travel agent? No, traffic agent or something, for an hour and a half. And now I'm back at being a tourist again, going back home. And then I will become a teacher again, because I have to work in around 45 minutes. So I had many roles today, many unforeseen roles. So there we are again at load shedding. I was working, but my phone internet was out. I thought that I bought enough, but apparently it don't. And it's very confusing here how it works with all the recharging. It's just completely impossible. I tried everything that I could imagine. You have to dial certain numbers and push buttons, and it's just impossible. I gave up. It's impossible. I'm trying for like an hour or something to buy these things through my phone with SMS function. It's impossible, really. So I'm just waiting for the power to get back on again, and then I have Wi-Fi again, and then I can continue working again. What a nightmare. This is definitely not a country for digital nomads, that's for sure. It's a digital nomad nightmare. I mean, just look outside. That's the only sort of light you have. Everything is just dark now. Almost everything. And all the lights you see is generators. Like street lights are off, everything is off. You know, that's why you have those accidents, for example. Power! Woo! Power! 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 Finally! Finally! After 4 hours, we finally have power again. 4 hours later. Incredible. 4 hours. My God. Now, get back to work. When you're traveling, you sometimes forget the reality of the place you're in. This episode is a good reminder to tell you that it's not always about rainbows and unicorns.